Well, as Democrats slam border detention centers as having concentration camp conditions, Fox News got an inside look at one of the largest ICE facilities in the country.
We've heard so many bad things about these detention centers, but Griff Jenkins joins us right now from California with an exclusive tour you won't see anywhere else. Griff.
Steve, Ainsley, that's right. You know, this is one of the facilities across the country a few weeks ago that these protesters were saying that ICE facilities were inhumane, that they lacked adequate supplies, didn't have access to health care. Well, we came here to this one in Adelanto. It's one of the largest of all 33 across the country. And the acting director of the LA field office, Thomas Giles, gave us a firsthand look at everything we wanted to see. Here's what happened. Watch. Acting Director, where are we?
We're currently in the intake processing center at the Adelanto ICE Processing Center. This facility here houses up to 1,940 detainees. After they get classified and after they get booked in by the facility, we're giving them hygiene items. They have soap, shampoo, conditioner, toothbrush, toothpaste, as well as they have bed linens, socks, shoes, shower shoes, and then their uniform when they're detained here. Medical care is a top-notch priority. We have a full-time medical clinic here. One thing that we do offer here is for consulate phone calls and pro bono attorneys, it's a free phone call for the detainee.
Director, what is this area here?
We're currently in the special housing unit here. In this area, the individuals that are detained here are individuals that have committed infractions.
So that's like fighting or disciplinary
the most common
in custody?
Yeah, the most common infraction that's occurred here is refusing staff orders and fighting. While they're in here, they have open movement, and they have the ability to roam around the area here. We have phones for them to use. We have books for them to use. Individuals are able to play Xbox and watch movies.
These guys are playing soccer. I presume this is the recreation yard.
Yeah, right now we're in the recreation yard, and we offer the detainees anywhere from 2 to 3 hours a day, if not more, depending on the availability.
In terms of the characterizations out there, there's a big national debate, but what do you want people to know?
Well, I want people to know that when these individuals are detained here, we're giving them the care and custody that they need. We're going to do everything we can to keep the individuals safe while they're detained here.
Now, Stephen Ainsley, there's about 1,700 in this facility behind me. There's 53,000 in ICE custody across the country. Here in this facility, more than 60% were convicted of a crime. One of those detainees we spoke to who was convicted of a crime, Noel Beltran from El Salvador. Here's what he told me about the conditions inside. Listen. Here at Adelanto,
right?
How do you think the conditions are?
It's great for me. It's great. I could see my family. I could hug my family. And Theo Lacey, I couldn't hug my family. They're coming from an hour and a half away, Van Nuys to Orange, and traffic and all that stuff. Half an hour, sometimes 25 minutes, 21 minutes. It'll get cut off real quick, behind the glass. Right here, I have contact with my family. I could hug my kids.
Now, these are all adults over 18. There are no children here, so this is different than what you've seen in Texas in the Border Patrol processing centers. Here on this premises, there are 6 DOJ immigration courts. All of these people are waiting for their cases, or in some cases appeals, to play out and the decision to be made whether or not they're released on from custody or whether they're deported. One final important note, Steve, Ainsley, and Brian, and that's this. Director Giles said, I hope that when the lawmakers who criticize our facilities and our handling of these detainees, for which we have made health care and care a priority, we hope these lawmakers will see your peace, Griff, and that you will come to this facility. So Giles has opened invitation, come to this one or any other one across the country and have a firsthand look before they criticize them again.
Right. This is a crisis. Everybody agrees, and everybody went home. Lawmakers went home for 6 weeks, so help is not on the way, sadly. Yep. But the criticism always is.
Griff, how long are they usually there before they have that hearing?
The average stay here is about 70, 75 days, so a couple of months, although some of the migrants have been upwards of 6 months to a year or longer, because under our system they can appeal. The appeals run through the Ninth Circuit Court, but you know, the backlog of cases is upwards of 900,000 across the country, and we have more people coming, so it's a little bit longer stay. However, it's important to note, ICE likes to point out, that stay while your case is being heard, in the case of this place, you saw what it's like. It's not the very difficult overcrowding situation that we've seen down along the border.
All right, Griff, thanks.